Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we will be going to discuss the basics of C programming and the interfacing of 7 segment display with the Arduino Mega 2560. So as we all are familiar with the C programming, how it really works. Now here are some of the example codes that we will be going to discuss. In our example number one, we need to write an AVRC program to send values 00 to FF to port B. First of all, we will be going to write a program. We will be going to initialize with the unsigned character Z, and then we will be going to assign port B as an output. After that, as we know, FF is the highest 8-bit number, which is equal to 255 in binary. So we will be going to run that loop from 0 to 255 and store gives the values of the port value of Z for the port B. Okay, so this is our simple code. In the similar manner, our next example is to write an AVRC program to send hex values for ASCII characters. For ASCII characters, this is our we need to generate an array. After generating an array, we will be going to use the similar loop as as we used earlier in order to give the values to the port B. Now let's directly head towards our tasks, which are our main things that we want to do. So in our task number one, we need to write a code that takes input from port B and checks whether the number is even or odd. If the number is even, then blink alternate LEDs of port C with a delay. If the number is even, then blink LED at port C one after another from least significant bit to most significant bit. Now we will be going to discuss some basic knowledge about the even and odd. If the least significant bit of our number is 1, then it is the odd number, and if the least significant one bit is 0, it is an even number. So we will be heading towards our Atmel Studio. First of all, we need to generate a new project in which we will be going to use the C++ the file, executable file, and here is our board that we want to make the code for which type of the board. uh, mm, it took some time in order to generate the board. Now we will be search 2560 mega, and okay. Okay, so here is our file. I have already write all of the codes that we are going to perform. So here is our task number one, and this is our code. We just need to copy paste the code at the desired location, and let's build the code. So our build is successful. So I will explain you the code. In this code, we will be going to assign port B as an input and port C as an output by just assigning the value 00 to the port B and 111 to the port C. We will initialize the value of port C equals to 0. Then we will start the loop and we check the condition. If the least significant bit is 1, it is odd, so it will blink the alternate LEDs of the port C one after another with some delay. So here is our delay, and in this way we have our all LEDs are going to blink. Else port C is alternative LEDs are going to blink one by one. ठीक है. So this is our code. Now heading towards our Proteus simulation. Um, so this is our Proteus simulation. As you see that IO30, 31, 32 belongs to port number C, through which we will be going to monitor our results. First of all, we need to include the hex file of our document. Uh, we will be going to use this application of 27. This is our hex file, and let's insert it. So let's start the simulation. Uh, our simulation has been started. As you can see that we are going to give the value 0, which shows that our number is even. So it will be going to blink the alternate LEDs with some delay. But now I can change the value to the 1. So in it can give the LED in a it can blow the LED in a proper manner. So you can see that here is a pattern in which the LEDs are going to glow. So this is our task number 1, and this is our connection that we are going to be made. We are going to connect the input to the port B and the output to the port C as shown in the simulation. Now heading towards our task number 2. What is our task number 2? In our task number 2, we need to write a code to monitor bit 5 of port C. We need to just see the bit 5 of port C. If this bit is high, then send 55 hex to port B, otherwise send AA hex to port B. So now our whole scenario has been changed. We just we need to configure the port C. We need to just configure the fifth bit of port C. If it is high, then our port B got 55 and otherwise AA. So I have already read the code as I have already told you. So here is our code. Let's just copy the code and paste it here. Now we will going to change some information according to our Proteus. So as you can see in our last our bit 5 our port B is declared as an input and port C is declared as an output. So we will be going to declare the port C as an output and fifth bit of port B as an input. So if the pin B, fifth bit of the pin B, we just need to configure the fifth pin of the pin B, then port B is equal to else this. So okay, now let's build the solution. Here is some error. Okay, I will see what are the errors. So our code has been built successfully. Now we just need to change a little bit because we are going to configure the fifth bit of port B, which is IO11. So let's change it to IO11. Okay, now just add the hex file and let's start the simulation. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see the code. C has declared as an output. Okay, so we need to change to you can. Let's see what would be our output now. Let's. So there is some error with the code. I will see and let resolve the error. But after before that, move towards our next simulation. Uh, in this way, we will be going to interface the 7 segment display. So this is our code. We just copy and paste the code and build the solution. As you can see, the solution has been built successfully, and we already made the Proteus. uh, let's see, is it according to our code or not. Port C as an output. Port C 5. Okay, port B and C both are declared as an output. Okay, let's upload the code here and let's see either it runs or not. So okay, let's start the simulation. And you can see that our 7 segment display has successfully interfaced with our Arduino. So that is all for today's video, and this is the end of our lab number 3. If you like the video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.